Looking forward to a great weekend of lacrosse in the Carrier Dome. A triple header with the women playing in the morning, us playing in the afternoon, and the spring football game in the evening. It's going to be a great day in the Dome, and looking forward to competing against a very good University of Virginia team.
Questions?
Gary, when you look back on this last game defensively, what are some of the adjustments you have to make against this Virginia team, another talented offensive team?
You know, I honestly, it was kind of the gray area of the field that I think we need to improve on. The 6-on-6 we did okay, but it was more of turnovers in the midfield or missing an opportunity and having the ball come back down the other end. So we're kind of focused on all aspects of the game, and it's probably more of the transition area that we got to clean up and react better when there's something happens, a whistle goes, possession changes, and we'll look to improve and get better there, and we'll continue to try and play good, solid team defense.
Were there some things you saw in Jimmy's game that you feel like he's got to adjust, or just a bad day, or what were those conversations like after you watched that film?
You know, he just was, what I would say a little bit jumpy and reactionary. Instead of being comfortable, relaxed, standing, waiting for the shot, he's, was a little bit jumpy and leaning away from the pipes and collapsing and just not being patient on the ball. So he's had a good week of practice, looks solid again, and he's rebounded in the past pretty well. So I look forward for a great game on him.
Outside of Joey Spelina being an elite scorer, how else are you going to remember him and his legacy here?
Joey's he's a driven player. He's one of our captains, and I think, his tale, hasn't ended yet, and he's got to finish writing his story, and, the rest of the season will really determine, how his legacy is left here. So it's hard to guess, but up till now, he's been a great offensive player, a great teammate, leader, and, helped this program get back to a status where we feel that we can compete for a national championship.
Gary, go ahead.
Thanks. As his coach, what would you want his legacy to be?
Obviously I'd love to see him win a national championship this year and, deliver on what he wanted to do for this program, and that was come here, compete, and win a national championship. And, we wish that for all our guys, and, it's how we finish this season will give us that chance and that opportunity.
Gary, do you want to get Joey involved, I guess, earlier in games? I know UNC tried to shut him off early. I felt like he didn't touch the ball a lot in the first quarter. How do you get him involved more early in the game from your perspective?
Well, I think you got to see what the advantages are. Coach March does a great job of figuring out where the opportunities are going to come, and even last game, if we just shot a little bit better, we would have had a better chance to compete and have an opportunity to come out on the other side of that game. But Joey's an important piece of it, and he gets the ball, he gets his opportunities, touches every game, and when he's feeling it, you can tell there's a little extra pep in his step, and we do want to get him to opportunities and hopefully get him going early.
Coach, with two of the best attacking units in the country, do you see this game playing out similar to the Duke game, and how much confidence do you have knowing that you've been able to come out and win one of those shootout type games?
Yeah, you know what? It's going to be an exciting game. They do have an incredible offense, much like all the ACC teams. Very capable, and it's going to be a fun game. And it's really the focus will be on all aspects of our game and get some stops on the D end and cleaning up, like I said, the middle of the field and the transition and creating some of our own, stopping the opponents. I think if we can do that, that'll be the key to the outcome of this game.
Gary, you talked about after the UNC game that about it being tough playing on grass. You haven't really got the chance to play on grass. Was that by design in terms of like the field conditions not being good in terms of the grass that might be available, or just kind of what goes into that not playing on grass?
Oh, is there grass available somewhere?
Well, is the grass not? Do you guys not use any grass fields available? I mean, there's a couple, like the soccer. I don't know if it's
Okay, so
just explain it to me.
Explain what the situation was. There was no grass available.
That was my question.
Yeah.
Coach,
Until we stepped on till the game started. So that was our first time on grass.
Did you request it to be available or try to?
We always try and get on the game field and grass practice fields. I know that I believe the opponent was on a grass practice field down there at the same time we were on a turf.
Coach, what do you expect to see on the defensive side from Virginia and how they're going to deal with Joey and the rest of the attack?
They're going to. I don't know what their game plan is, but I'm sure it's going to be very similar to the. They've been playing pretty well lately on the D end. They're solid one-on-one defenders. I'm not sure what their slide package is going to be, but it's going to be pretty similar to other games, I'm sure. And we just need to take advantage of the opportunities we do get and get good quality shots that we know we can put in the back of the net. We don't want to give the goalie opportunity to get hot and feel comfortable in there. So the more we can keep them uncomfortable, the better.
It's kind of a unique thing because it pops up during the season, but you got the PLL draft coming up next week.
Yep.
Number of guys that look like they're going to get selected. How do you kind of prepare them for making that next step, even though you're focused on the task at hand?
Oh my God, we haven't really thought about that. The guys that are up for the draft know who they are, and I'm sure they're very excited. We'll have a get-together draft day and get together as a team and support those guys, and it should be a fun day.
Have you seen that evolution there with the PLL and the relationship with college lacrosse and kind of feeding that league and where you think it stands?
They're doing a great job of elevating professional lacrosse to the highest level it's probably ever been, and part of it is knowing that the college is your feeding program, just like the NFL, NBA, or all of that. It really comes from the college game. So it's been fun to watch as it becomes more important and these opportunities come up to celebrate when your team and your players from your team get drafted. So we'll celebrate that when the time comes, and it should be a fun day.
When you think about Joey Spelina, the leader, why do you think that the players look up to him? Does he lead by example? Does he lead with his words in your eyes?
I think it's more of an example. He's an incredibly hardworking athlete. He's been, he's out there early, stays late. He's always trying to improve and get better, and I think that's the key to garnering the respect as a leader, is to be willing to put in the work yourself and walk the walk. So he does a great job of that.
Obviously, Virginia has the Millen brothers. You obviously got to play with Paul at Syracuse. What is it like when you get to kind of play with your brother and have that connection?
I think it's a lot of fun. They watching those two of them play. They do a great job playing together, and they're going to be tough to handle, but lots of fun. And hopefully we can come out and compete and make it difficult for them.
You look at Virginia right now, obviously this season's in a much different spot than it was even just a couple weeks ago with wins over Notre Dame and Duke. Have you noticed anything particular that they're doing kind of differently than they were earlier in the season that's really made the difference for them?
They're just, kind of put it together, developing some chemistry and reducing their mistakes. That's the biggest thing, getting some stops when they need them, not letting teams get up on top of them. So they've definitely grown throughout the year, and they're feeling pretty good about where they're at right now. So it's going to be bad.